we're going to have to speak a little bit loud here. But your direction, what are you trying to do here for Newark?
Well, I'm trying to do what people have been trying to do for not only the last 50 years, but I think since the inception of Newark, what Black and brown and poor people have been trying to do in the city, and that's create conditions where we can live in a just city, in a just society. Not just here in Newark, but nationally, we see that all throughout our cities and all throughout our neighborhoods, we have very unjust systems that we meet on the daily, that we have to deal with. And so I think I'm just in a tradition. I'm not unique at all. I'm just in the tradition of people who are fighting for justice, fighting for freedom, and fighting for fairness for everybody, no matter what you look like, no matter what the color of your skin is, no matter whether you're a woman or a man, no matter whether you're Muslim or Christian or atheist or Jewish. I think that's what I'm trying to do, is fight for conditions so that we can have a just society for everybody.
Also, you were talking about 3 steps in what you were talking about, because I could hear it, but because not recording it, I wasn't able to take very good notes. But how can we organize? What you suggest to the young people, to the older people, how we go about doing this?
Yeah, I think the first important thing to know is that we can't organize alone. So we have to think collectively. We have to think broadly. We can't, think individually. And so organize, as I said in the speech, the police are organized. And it's not just one police officer. There's multiple all throughout the city. And so we have to come together and organize. One way to do that concretely is to join an organization that already exists. So we have POP, People's Organization for Progress. We have Newark Anti-Violence Coalition. We have 1199. We have the Hip Hop Association at Essex County College. So there's various organizations that have already been doing the work. And if you feel that you're aligned with their politics, you're aligned with the things that they're doing, the policies and initiatives that they're bringing about, then join those organizations. If you feel like you want to do something to change the culture of those organizations, become a leader in that organization and take that organization to the next level. If you feel like one of the organizations in the city is not suitable for the types of organizing that you like to do, that's okay. You can start your own organization with a group of friends, or with your family, or with friends and family, or with neighbors. But we have to think organizationally and collectively. And beyond that, I think our various organizations need to be building coalitions. So it's not enough just to simply have various organizations all around the city, mainly doing all the same thing, right? We should come together even within our various organizations for a larger kind of coalition, specifically where we're fighting the same issues.
Do you think that Newark is prepared for that?
I do. I think Newark is prepared for that. I think there's a history that suggests that. And every day, I live here in the Central Ward. Every day that I walk out my house, I'm talking to people who are ready to do more. I think the problem isn't that we're not ready, is that many of us just don't know what to do. Many of us don't know where to go. And so it's really a question of being politically educated, so that we can understand, as you asked, how do we do this? What's the blueprint? Or what does it look like? What are some of the steps that we can take? But we're definitely ready. The question is, are we willing? And I think we are. We just have to show people, what are some steps forward?
Okay. Another thing that I wanted to say, do you think that, and this is totally political, and I'm going to say it like this, do you think the mayor is doing his part in helping out with what the police department is doing or not doing in Newark?
So do I think that the mayor is helping the police department, or is he
helping the collective?
Helping us kind of pass him?
Yes.
Well, I think that, like every politician, everybody in a political office, there's certain limitations. I think that vocally and verbally, Mayor Ras Baraka has been very supportive. I know he's been supportive of the NCAP campaign and the establishment of a CCRB. From what I've heard, he's a little bit fickle on the subpoena power and the disciplinary power. So that's something that we have to sort of pay attention to and pay notice to. But again, I think that we have to really think beyond just electoral politics, because as long as we look to politicians to save us, we've already lost. Politicians, unfortunately, because of the way way the system has been set up cannot save us. They can assist in certain ways, and we can hold them accountable. But we have to organize ourselves in order to do those things.
Something a little bit, probably outside the box in this. Today, they had a lecture about the immigration problems that a lot of Latinos, and not only Latinos, because the immigration problem is not only of Latinos, it's of Africans, okay, Haitians, and everybody who don't have a sign that says I am American. So, do you think that these two issues, the police brutality, illegal citizens here, can you link them together?
I think I don't even have to link them. I think they're already linked. So the question is, can we see the connection? And I'm no expert, but I definitely see direct connections between the immigration issue, as you said, that's not just simply a Latino problem, but does disproportionately affect the Latino community, which makes up a lot of the people here in Newark. And there's direct connections because the carceral system is an all-encompassing system. So we have immigration detention centers here, right in Newark. There's immigration detention centers with hundreds of people in them who, as you said, because they don't have an I am American documentation or sign or look, have been locked up and have been caught up into the same criminal system that a black brother or a black sister would be caught up in just by simply walking down the street. So these are directly connected. I think that also tells us that we need to really organize across those issues as well, because they're not, though they're distinct, they're connected. And so we should recognize those connections.
Something else. Tell me who NYLE FORT is. Yes.
NYLE FORT is a young black guy, a young black man. I'm 24 years old. I love people. I love Newark.
You were born and raised here in Newark?
I was born in Newark. I moved around North Jersey, and now I'm back in Newark. So I'm just a community organizer, but I'm just a friend. I love talking to people, and like I said, I'm no expert. I'm just out here like everybody else trying to figure out what we can do to get free. So every day I wake up, my question is, what can we do? What can I do to help us get free? And so I'm just a regular guy just trying to, bring some changes to the city that I love.
That's wonderful. I'm grateful to hear that, because there's not many young people who take an initiative like this because of their fear of what can happen to them. At least we got you in public record, and we're going to continue having you in public record. So, anything goes awry, we know what to do and what to say, and we know who Mr. Fort is. It was a pleasure.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
It was
and your
a
name
pleasure.
one more time?
Khadija.
Khadija. Oh, that's my god sister's name.
Something that I wanted to ask you also. Can I have a copy of that? Or can
Well, I literally wrote it down like 5 minutes before. So I kind of want a copy as well. Maybe what I can do, you can either take a picture of it, you might be able to catch the words, or I can type it up, which I will, and I can email it to you.
Okay,
so
you can email. I would like to have that for the.
Yes, I can email it to you.
I'm not too